Hey, it's Arlen Schweiger, Editor-in-Chief of CE Pro, and I'm here with Tabi Quick, National Manager of CI at Draper at Home, to discuss ambient light rejecting, or ALR, screens for home entertainment rooms. Tabi, thanks for joining me.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, Tabi, I've talked to your colleague Clint Childress a lot in the past about Draper's products. So, can you start off just by telling us a little bit about your role as being the manager of CI and some of your background for what you've done at Draper at Home?
Yeah, so I have been with Draper for 4.5 years. My experience, though, is over 16 years of AV, specifically projection screens, shades. So very passionate about the CI channel and our industry. So I have transitioned to this new role within Draper at Home in May. So I'm spearheading the CI initiative for Draper at Home and interacting with our rep firms across the US and our dealers across the country. So very, very excited to talk a little bit about what we have going on at Draper at Home.
Awesome, great. Well, again, thanks for joining us. Before we get into some of Draper at Home solutions, I wanted us to just kind of go over the basics, if you wouldn't mind, of what ALR means. I know, obviously a lot of integrators will know that, but for some who are maybe just kind of getting into projection systems and home theaters and media rooms, what exactly is ALR and why is it used by integrators?
So ALR is ambient light rejection. So basically, it is utilized in the screen technology to allow you to have high contrast in a room with a lot of ambient light. So it allows you to put projection to have that big screen experience in multiple applications. So we see a lot in man caves or even outside patios, things like that, where you wouldn't typically think theater, but you can have a big screen experience in multiple rooms with a lot of light, and that's what ALR screen material technology does.
Right. Okay, great. Thanks for explaining that, Tabi. So in terms of Draper at Home's ALR offerings, what are, some of the product lines or technologies that's available to integrators today?
So we have our TecVision line, which is our premium 8K rated ISF certified projection screen material offering. There are 11 different screen material choices within TecVision. So we like to say that you have a screen for every single room application that you might have in the home. Specifically for ALR, we have 4 different choices for our TecVision line. So we have a 0.8, we have a 0.9 gain, we have a 1.1. So we've got 4 different choices for ALR. Our most popular, I would say, would be our TecVision XH900. That is almost a 1.0 game. It's 0.9. So it gives you really nice contrast while also giving you, a very good off-axis viewing. So it's a very well-rounded material. We did launch a new TecVision line, which a TecVision service for ALR, which is our CS 1100X, which is a 1.1 gain. Again, giving you really nice contrast, clarity. What you're looking for in a room with a lot of light, you want a lot of contrast. You want to be able to see that image pop on the screen. And having different choices like Draper with multiple options for ALR really gives you, the best of both worlds, depending on what projector you're utilizing and how many foot candles or ambient light, as we call it, in the room.
So in terms of when you're talking about just the ALR and the gain, is that the contrast or what are those measurements when you say like 0.9, 1.0? What should integrators know about that?
So the gain is going to be basically, how much brightness you're getting off the projector, I believe. So we do have the gain is going to be the amount of brightness reflected back to the viewer, I should say. And when you're looking at an ALR system, you're looking at the overall system contrast ratio, which is the amount of light that's coming or exists in the room, along with the amount of gain you're coming back from the screen to look at like a comprehensive view of how much contrast you're getting for that system in that application. So depending on the amount of light you may have in the room, you may want a higher gain ALR material. And that's where something like our TecVision CS 1100X gives you a little bit more brightness boost because you're trying to overcome the amount of foot candles of light in that room with a little bit more light reflecting back to the viewer. At the end of the day, though, the contrast is really king. I mean, you want to have that nice, you don't want to have a washed out image. That's what ALR gives you, is that really nice contrast on the screen to give you the beautiful picture quality that you're looking for. So
Awesome. So Tabby, when it comes to the applications, like you mentioned before, that there are multiple applications for ALR, are there some best practices that you can sort of suggest for installers when it comes to, in using ALR in dedicated home theaters versus multi-purpose media rooms, or like you said, even outdoor
yeah,
screen rooms, which,
yeah,
obviously those are really fun. But
yeah.
yeah, how would you explain that?
So I would say for ALR screens specifically, it's really designed more for, in my opinion, a multi-purpose type of application. There may be times when you're going in a dedicated theater where the homeowner may want to be able to go in there and watch Netflix, or they may want to play video games, or they may want to, watch different content on there with the lights on in that room. So to me, that would almost turn a home theater into a multi-purpose type of application. So it's really going to be based on how that client wants to utilize the space. Do they want to sit in the dark and really have a theater experience where they're getting true replication back of what the filmmaker made, the film the movie in, essentially, or are they wanting to go in there and watch TV, they want to have more of a multi-purpose type of environment. And what I would say is that you'll see a lot, or what we've seen a lot trending. There are theaters that are happening, but there's a lot of people that want to have more of the man cave or a game room, or as we spoke, even maybe an outdoor, a patio area with some outdoor shades. Obviously, Draper makes outdoor shades as well, but you can have a projection system out there as long as you have a way to control some of the light. But again, it's just kind of for the integrator, I'd say just qualifying how that client wants to utilize the space so they can make a recommendation that works really good for that application.
And then when they have the specs, when they know, what the client wants, how the room is going to look, does Draper at Home, do you support integrators with, say, system design, installation help, maybe even like on-site assistance, anything like that?
So what we offer, we have a lot of tools for our integrators to utilize to determine what screen material is the best choice. We have a projection planner. It's pretty awesome. So they can go in, they can put in the screen size, the distance from the viewer, how many foot candles of light they're dealing with in that application, what the brightness is on the projector, and they can get a recommendation based on all those those details in the room to designate which surface is best for that situation. We also have a full inside team up and a tech team up at Draper that helps as well with resources if dealers need to call and say, hey, I have a project I need help with. And then again, myself and our rep firms are also helping with those types of specification to really help dealers understand and have confidence in what product they need to use for their client.
Yeah, I would imagine also in terms of like the measurements, do you help them with, where seating should be, how far the projector should be from the screen,
Yes.
those kind of calculations?
Yes. So our TecVision has specific throw distance recommendations based on the gain and the surface formulation that you're using. So we can help them designate, what their throw distance needs to be. We can help them based on the how far, how amount of space they have on the wall, how far back they want the viewers to be, what screen size would work best. So there's a lot of things that Draper can help the integrator, just making sure that they have the most optimal choices for that end user's dream theater. So
Nice. Well, that's great to hear. We certainly know that integrators really like to rely on vendor partners that, can help them out in a pinch, like that, and certainly help push the project along. So, lastly, Tabby, can you just share with us, CD is coming up in a couple of months at the time that we're recording this. And then after that, there's a few months left in 2024. What can you share, if any details, about Draper at Home's R&D roadmap for the rest of 2024?
So we have some very exciting product we're going to have at CEDIA. We have new product we're showing. Specifically, we have a new projection screen. It is called the Style Line. So this was designed truly for the residential market. It's a choose your own bezel product, a fixed product. So you can do a little over 3-inch bezel, velvet wrapped, or a 5/8 of an inch bezel that's a little smaller profile, velvet wrapped, or edgeless. So it's a very, very nice product. You can do any of our TecVision surfaces or standard materials on that. We will be having that in our booth with a racing simulator. So we're very excited about that. And we've also got some really cool new stuff on the shade side that we'll be showing as well. So some of our new hardware, such as our flex style cassette. So a lot of great things have been coming down from Draper, specifically for the residential market. And integrators will see more and more tailored product that's designed for residential. Like I said, it's an exciting time because we will have a very big presence at CEDIA. We'll have an outdoor booth with all of our outdoor shades, and then we will have an indoor booth with all of our new indoor product, including our projection screen, and I believe also some of our projector lifts as well. So it's going to be a great show. So.
Fantastic. So just kind of building off of last year, you had the same kind of thing. You were both inside and outside, and it sounds like it's going to be even more fun to visit Draper at Home this year at the
Yes,
CD Expo. So
you'll have
great.
to
Well,
try the racing simulator out.
absolutely. I was thinking that's a great photo opportunity right there.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Tabby Quick, thank you for joining us with CE Pro and representing Draper at Home today. And we certainly look forward to seeing the company at CD Expo. And we appreciate your time talking to us about ALR screens in general.
Thank you. Nice to see you, and thank you so much.